Long way, get this shit a long way, shit a long way. Long way, hit it long way, 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 shit, long way, long shit, long way, long way, long way, long way, long way, long way, shit a long way. Gotta get the shit a long way, get the shit, get the shit, get the shit, finish rich, yeah. Gotta get the shit a long way, get the shit. Gotta know what she don't really understand, man. Gotta know what she don't really understand, man. Gotta get a meal, but she don't understand. She be tripping every day, she be tripping every way. But I gotta get this shit a long way, yeah. Tryna get money every single way, tryna get money every single day, yeah. Get money every single way, every day. Every day we gotta get paid, yeah. Every day we gotta get paid, yeah. I'm feeling like we be the new slaves, yeah. No, we gotta finish rich, no, we gotta finish rich. Got a new bitch, she don't understand, don't understand, niggas gotta get rich. She don't understand, sometimes we gotta hit lit. No, we ain't hit lit, tryna get the long way, yeah. Tryna get this shit the long way, yeah. Coach is tryna wrap up a entree, yeah. Told you the other day that did my phone strong. We gon' shoot the long way, we gon' get the long way, yeah. Yeah, get the shit long way. My bitch be trippin' back and forth like a long way. When I get Atari, I ain't playing games, just another talk. Yesterday she told me that she about to leave, man. Said fuck it, bitch, we gonna get some money. Said fuck it, bitch, I'm about to get some money. So what I do today, I want to get some money, yeah. Cause we gon' get this shit the long way, long way, we gon' get shit the long way, yeah. Back and forth like the pong way, yeah. Man, I'ma get this shit the long way, get this shit the long way. Just the only way today, because they go with shit's crazy. We gotta wear a mask, we the new slaves, and we be wearing this shit like every day. We be okay, we gon' be okay, they gon' be okay, they gon' be okay for me, yeah. So we gon' get this shit the long way, we gon' get this shit long way, we gon' get this shit the long way, we gon' get this shit the long way, yeah, yeah, we get this shit the long way, yeah, cause we gon' be okay, we gon' be okay, yeah, we gon' get the long way, yeah.
Hello, everybody. Hello. How you guys doing today? All right, let me get it all set up here. Got mics booming. You guys can hear me okay? What's up, Aaron? What's up, Zeke? How you guys doing? SMD Master LJ. It feels like that, but like I say, you guys, all you guys that know me and follow me, you guys know all it is that I trust the calculator. It's really nothing at all, but it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Well, anyway, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for showing up today. My name is LJ Young, the founder of SMD. SMD is a family, savings minus debt. Family. It's a family, right? So anyway, I skipped the long introductions that I normally do, but I just come straight to the point, all right? Straight to what my gift is. I have a gift. My gift is the ability to see negative numbers in all psychological economies. Now, you're probably thinking, well, what does that mean? So before I give you the demonstration, I'm going to just say a statement. If it's not mathematically true, it's psychological to you. Okay, I'm going to say that one more time. I know it's not going to make sense now, but I'm going to show you an example. But remember the statement. If it's not mathematically true, it's psychological to you. All right? All right, so now those of you that understand the gift, all right, and you believe you are a homeowner with a mortgage, all right, I want you to open up the calculator app on your phone, and I want you to enter your mortgage payment minus your mortgage balance, meaning what you have left owed to the bank, the total amount, right, and then hit equal. Now, I just want you to, don't even say anything, just listen to me. The reason why you believe you're a homeowner, as you look at the calculator, the reason why you believe you're a homeowner, because you cannot see negative numbers. Okay. Now, if you still look at the calculator and clearly see a negative number and you still don't believe it, If it's not mathematically true, it's psychological to you. You see how it connects, right? You look at the calculator, clearly see a negative number. You still believe you're a homeowner. That means it's psychological to you. You live in the psychological part of the economy. Okay. The whole thing is psychological, but you're on the wrong side of it. Okay. Because you can't see negative numbers. You can see negative numbers physically because you're looking at the calculator and you clearly see a negative number. But by the time it goes from your calculator to your brain, you believe it's a positive because you believe you're a homeowner. Now, the space between your calculator and your brain, that area there, that's called the debt matrix. Okay. That's where the banks set up shop. All the financial institutions and car manufacturers and phone manufacturers, they set up right here, right in the debt matrix. Because you guys don't understand. You can't buy nothing with no money. You're in the negative. You can't own a house with no money. That's impossible. But since you don't know that, it crosses through the debt matrix, and somehow, voila, you believe you're a homeowner. You believe you have equity in a house that you didn't even have the money to buy, okay? Anyway, my gift is I come here to share my gift with people that want to get on the correct side of our economy because it's psychological. None of everything you see that you probably grew up with, credit, a lot of you guys think credit is cash, and it's not cash. The credit is not cash, okay? You know how you got all these YouTubers out there talking about, hey, you know how to turn your credit into cash? That's impossible. You can't turn credit into cash. That's impossible. You can't. And when I say turn it into cash, I mean you take credit and physically turn it into a dollar bill or a 20 or 100. Try to do that. Show me if you can show me how to do that, I'll believe you. You can't turn credit into cash because credit is not cash. You understand? Credit is not cash. You can't do that. All right. Anyway, when you're on this side and you understand how it works, it's basically a financial superpower. The information I'm sharing with you is a financial superpower. Millions don't know what I'm talking about. Millions don't know. And you're probably thinking, well, what do you mean millions don't know? There's $1.7 trillion in student loan debt. That means all those people in it, they're not doing it right because you can't buy nothing with student loan debt. You think the people with millions of dollars of student loan debt, do you think they know they can't buy anything with student loan debt? Obviously not. There's trillions of dollars in car loan debt. Nobody gets a finance car on sale. You can't. Nobody gets a finance car on sale. Nobody. You're financing depreciating objects? Wait a minute. You walk in and say, hey, what's the sale price of that car? They say $30,000. You know in your brain that from this point on, this day forth, that car is never going to be worth more than the sale price you see today. You know it goes down from here, right? But you guys walk on and finance something that you know clearly is going down, and you finance it for 84 months. So it's going like this at the same time for you. When you finance the car, when you think about the depreciation arrow and it just goes, when you drive off the lot. No, when you finance cars, you go up and down at the same time. You guys go like this. The car naturally depreciates, but it goes up in value because you financed it for 84 months. So when you're paying interest, that's going up. See how these two arrows, they go like this. There's supposed to be one arrow down, right? But you guys split it in two. And check this out. It's still an arrow, even though it's breaking apart like this. In reality, it's still one arrow. How do you make it one arrow again? You enter gap insurance. Gap insurance comes in and fills the arrow that just broke in half. Gap insurance fills it up. Now it's just one big ass arrow. Because you guys don't know, when you finance a car, you're financing the taxes too. If you don't have the money for the car, you don't have the money for the taxes. So you're financing taxes for 84 months. Are you insane? That's financial suicide. But they don't know that. The younger you get this and understand what I'm saying to you, the wealthier you'll be. And let me tell you what true wealth is, okay? Debt slaves don't know this either. True wealth is owning the time in your life. Nothing comes before time. You're going to be dead. Hey, wait a minute. I'm going to be dead one day? Yeah, that put time at the top of the list. Time and then money. Not like this, not money, then time. Time, then money comes in. That's how it works. But if you got it like this, you're doing it wrong. This is what I help you do. I help you, own the time in your life. I help you own the business of you. Once you own the business of you, you will kill any business outside of you. That's how it works. Debt slaves go into debt personally, and they go into debt business. They think it's different. It's not different. It's the same. You know how they always say, "Hey, use other people's money." Debt slaves have no choice but to use other people's money because they have none. You think they know that? No, it's psychological. They don't know that. They don't know you're not supposed to finance cell phones. They don't know that. You're financing a cell phone? Yeah, no. I don't want to take any financial advice from you. Why? You're financing a cell phone. Is there anything needs to be more that said? You're financing a phone? How long you had your job? 20 years? And you're financing a phone. Okay, well, whatever. The younger you get this, let me tell you something. The younger you get this, hey, I'm gonna just tell you right now, financially speaking, nobody will be able to fuck with you. Nobody. I don't care how many degrees they have. I don't care how long they've been in finance. I don't care how long they've been doing. If they're in personal debt, it doesn't matter what they tell you. They're giving you a. Now remember this: if you come across a financial advisor or a tax person, and they're in personal debt, you find out that they got student loans. Whatever information they're giving you is from a perspective. Debt perspective. You don't want that perspective. If their student debt is their oldest debt, if their student debt is older than their business, it doesn't matter if they know this or not. Okay, that's irrelevant. Them not trusting mathematics is their problem. Like if I had before I woke up, like when I woke up and I had hired a tax person or a financial person, and I woke up and realized they're not supposed to be in debt. And I come across, hey man, you got student loan debt? Yeah, you're fired. You come across a professional accountant and they got student loans older than the business, you're fired. What do you mean I'm fired? You don't know you're not supposed to have student loans older than your business? You don't know that? You passed math in college, right? Right. Then how come your own personal books are not balanced? You haven't even used the advice for yourself. You got student loan debt. You obviously haven't used the advice. You obviously haven't invested, like people that have student loan older than their investing business. Now listen to this. If you come across an investor that you are about to pay to help you invest, and you turn to them and say, "Do you got student loan debt?" If they say yes, you know what you say? You're fired. They're going to say, why? You're going to say, because you obviously haven't invested in yourself first. They're going to give you this dazed look because they don't know what you mean by that. You turn to them and say, you've had student loan debt older than your business. You obviously haven't invested in yourself first. And you want me to invest in what? You want me to do what with my money? Are you insane? You're fired. All these people you follow on YouTube giving you guys fucking financial advice and shit. This is all you got to do. Hey, yeah, let me see your personal credit report. I don't care how many subscribers you have. I don't care how many views you get on the live. Let me see your personal credit report. LJ over there on SMD, yeah, he went live on his Credit Karma, made a video about it on a live, letting us everybody to see, and he's still up there. Actually, I'm going to paste that for you guys coming in late. Let me do that right now. You guys don't even have to look. Just a second. All right. Sorry, you guys. Let me just get this real quick here. Because I be saying it, you know, how lazy people get lazy. They don't want to, and I get it. I don't want to have to go look through them because I got a lot of videos. I didn't realize how many videos I have. 1 second here. I uploaded that. Okay, 1 second. Man, my internet is going slow. All right. For those of you that may not have seen it, there's the link. So when you follow these people, you say, hey, can we see your personal credit report? LJ showed us his, and it has nothing but a bunch of zeros on it. Can you show me yours? They can't fake that. I'm going to just tell you guys right now, whoever you follow, they cannot fake the personal credit report, okay? They can't do that. Nobody gets to, hey, listen, nobody gets to manipulate that data. Nobody. Except the people that control it. The younger you understand this, the happier you are going to be throughout your life. You won't have to worry about you not totally not worry about it. I say 95% of your relationship problems will be solved by owning yourself first. You know why? Because you will never financially tie yourself, biologically procreate a person with somebody that doesn't own themselves, create a business with somebody that do not own themselves. You won't do that. You won't do any of that. So you don't have to worry about child support, going to family court all the time, talking about the child support. You won't have to worry about that because 95% of your problems will have been eliminated. Especially for the young men out there. Let me make sure you guys understand this because I'm just telling you, okay? Once you own yourself, your sex life is going to be totally different. You're going to be more aware of what you are doing. Always. Always. Because once you do what it takes to free yourself, to own yourself, you're not going to mess up by biologically creating another human being with a person that doesn't own themselves. Business-wise, you won't involve yourself in a business with another person if you don't get to see their personal credit report. But that's a requirement. Now, when you're just dealing with people, that's pretty easy, okay? You can just hear how they talk. You know, you'll know right away. It probably won't even get to boyfriend, girlfriend status. You probably won't even have sex with them. I mean it. Because you'll be thinking about like, hey, man, do I really trust this thin piece of manufactured rubber for the next 20 years of my life? If I get this person pregnant that clearly doesn't own themselves, you're putting your whole life, your financial life, based on a piece of rubber that they don't guarantee a 100%. The whole thing will be different. That's besides AIDS and diseases, okay? That can cut your time short on earth. All that changes. All of that changes. You won't be listening to channels telling you how to get girls and all this other stuff. Hey, man, skip all that. You don't need to do all that. Once you own yourself, they will know it. If you want that type of attraction, you can just bring it to you. It's not a big deal. It's not. They will know. Women will know you are different. Because why? Because you will be in control of your dick. You will be. You won't just be doing shit like that no more. You won't do that. Everything changes. Everything. So when you hear it, and then once you own yourself, and then you go back and listen to the channels you used to listen to, you're gonna say to yourself just like this: why? How come I've been listening to somebody outside of myself telling me what to do with my sexual organs? That sounds just mind-blowing. When you're young, you guys don't know that. You just see TV, you see these channels, you see these dudes getting all this. Hey, man, hey, listen. No, that'll be different. everything changes. Everything changes. All starting with you. All starting with you. Shout out to Andre. Appreciate it. What's up, Atticus? Gabriel, Lauren, Aaron. First one in as always. What's up, Zeke? Nick. Now, if you're new to the channel and you're young coming into the game, 18, you don't know whether to get a job, you don't know whether to go to college, you're just confused. Because I remember when I was 18, I remember that. You've been watching TV, everybody said basically like this. Basically, if you don't go to college, you ain't gonna be shit. That's what it basically says. Everybody thinks that. The TV says that. None of that is true. That's business. Okay, that's business. Because anybody who's telling you to do that, especially you're young, you turn to them and say, "Do you got your student loan debt still?" Yeah. You don't take advice from people that went to listen. You don't take advice from people that went to college for 4 years, but keep their student loan for 20. You don't take advice from people like that. Those are debt slaves. They don't know what they're saying. They're just talking, making no mathematical sense. Now, remember, like I said earlier, if it's not mathematically true, it's psychological to you. You got it? If it's not mathematically true, it's psychological to you. You don't take advice from people in student loan debt for 20 years. The younger you get this, the better. Your whole life is gonna, man. Nobody around you is gonna understand how you're living so well. How come you're not stressed? How come you're not begging for overtime? How come you're not happy to get overtime working on the weekends and holidays? You're always and they're gonna see you spending all that time with your family, doing the things that you want to do on holidays. Go on trips that you want to do. Why? Because you're not in debt. Sleeping like a baby. You don't have to grind. You always hear, "Hey, man, I'll sleep when I die." Says who? No, I'm sleeping now. I'm going to sleep now. I'm going to sleep now. Am I grinding 24 hours a day? Nope. Don't want to do any parts of that. Hey, there's plenty of people out there that will grind 24 hours a day. Even the people that come out here and get their own business, and now instead of working 5 days a week, they're working 7 days a week and more hours. You mean they built their own job? No, I ain't doing none of that. No, sir. None of that. Nope. Was already programmed in the 40-hour work week. Get out, create a business. Now I'm working 7 days a week. No, not doing none of that. No. Mm-mm. Now here's the link for you guys to ask me some questions if you're new to the channel. Try to get some new people up here. Here's some stories. Like the members only yesterday, that was a good one. We had a members only live last night, and it was a really good one. I didn't even expect it to turn out the way it did, but it was a really good one. Really good. I heard a lot of pauses. I had my man Zeke pausing like crazy. Robert says one of the biggest gifts I've ever got was noise canceling headphones because I can hear of you clearly and not the noise. You can hear me clearly. Okay. Oh, that's nice. I don't know how loud it is where you work, but that must be a big, big deal. You want your life to change forever? Right here. I'm not even bragging. I'm just telling you what is. That's why I still do these Q&A Sundays. It's for you. It's for you. It's for you. Now, I know most of you guys that have been living in the debt matrix all your life, it's a big red pill to swallow. Because you have to realize the house that you've been paying off for 10, 15, 20 years, bye-bye money. It's all gone. It's not even your house. Never was. The cars you've been financing, the car that's in the driveway, or cars plural, making 2 car payments on 2 separate cars. Yeah, not your cars. You remember that vacation you guys took in 2018 that you're still paying on today? 1 week vacation, but you're taking 3 years to pay it off? Yeah, yeah. That's a no. You don't do things like that. You know how much that vacation is really costing you? That vacation you thought you got a deal on and you're still paying enough for 3 years? You didn't get a deal. Nobody gets a deal on a finance vacation. Nobody. When you finance your vacation, you didn't get a sale, you didn't get a deal, you didn't get anything. The younger you get this and understand that, you won't be like those people that are in those positions now. People that actually fill out credit card applications before they go on vacation. Can you believe that? There's people that do that. They get credit cards so they can go on vacation. Pay on that 1 week vacation for the next 3 to 5 years. And that's only if they do that one time and then continue to pay off. These people do this every year because they feel they have the right to go on vacation every single year. Can you imagine that? Financing every single vacation year after year after year, on top of mortgage, on top of car payments, on top of every credit card payments. The younger you get this, the better. You won't have to get caught up in that. You know how in the debt matrix they always call it the rat on the wheel. Now, logically, everybody figures the rat is talking about the people. Okay, they naturally understand, but people don't know about the wheel and what powers it. Now, they think it powers by the rat running in there. Yeah, that's true. But that's a physical representation of what you're psychologically doing. Every time you finance something and refinance something, it speeds, you power the wheel like that. Because it becomes one big circle, because you got so many finance charges, it just goes into one big circle. Take your money, put it in the system, take it out. You take it in, pay the people back, it comes back out, you spin it again. That's the wheel. Once you get out of debt, everything stops. You're like, wait a minute, I've been powering the wheel the whole time? Yeah, I was powering the wheel the whole time. It was me. Nobody told me, even though I knew I was the rat, nobody told me, hey, LJ, why are you running? Nobody told me, hey, why am I running in there? I can just stop. Why am I not? Yeah, you can stop. That's what I did. I decided to stop. By getting out of debt, it stopped. Because you notice they always show this illustration. Every time they show you it's running, you're like, wait a minute, why am I always running? Yeah, see, the rat race. But nobody ever explains it. You know why? Because they're in debt. They cannot see negative numbers in psychological economies. Now, this is what, okay, put it this way. Okay, so you guys can understand. And these are just I'm here to show you something, okay? Now, the people that believe that they are considered middle class, upper class, middle class, lower class, okay? But what you don't know is that, how can I say this? It don't exist, or there's actually 4. How should I say this? I'm going to do it this way, okay? There are actually 4 classes, okay? It's all psychological anyway, so it doesn't matter, right? Okay, there's upper class, middle class, lower class, and the debt class. So this is what I want you to do, okay? I want you, since the majority of you guys got mortgages, let's do the people with mortgages, okay? Open up your calculator, put in your mortgage payment minus your mortgage balance, and hit equal. And then whatever number you see on the calculator, you tell me which class do you think you belong? Debt. We're gonna start from the top to the bottom. Upper class, middle class, lower class, or debt class. When you look at the calculator, you tell me which one of those 4 classes do you think you belong? You can't be in any class except the debt class if you're in the negative. Any questions? We're 30 minutes in. If nobody comes up, we're gonna do this an hour. I gotta keep track of my time, man. Any questions? I be getting a lot of people to say, hey, they really love Q&A Sundays, but if I'm the only one coming up here talking every time, it's like, okay, well, do it, don't or don't. Don't be shy. I love this. What is that? What is that file? I love this one I made. Let me see. Why is it doing that? Huh. Desktop. 1 second, you guys. I'm trying to figure out what I do with this little clip. Oh, there we go.
Loans? Nah, we ain't trying to carry that. I like to be debt free.
That's that video.
Student loans? Nah, we ain't trying to carry that. I like to be debt free.
That's one of those quick ones. What'd you say, Robert? I enjoyed the members video from W2 to Business. Yeah, man. I'm just sharing my journey with you guys, man. It's actually, when you start involving yourself in taxes when you're debt free, it starts to turn into fun, really, because you get to see how it works, right? It's kind of, at first it's very intimidating, and you're like, oh my God, I missed deadline dates, and I forgot I was supposed to pay my taxes here and there. Well, yeah, when you cross it over to W2, you don't really know all that yet, right? But you'll eventually do it. Okay, that's the deadline date. Put this here, months, all expenses, take pictures. It's just, we got the cloud. I can just, like when I take receipt, when I buy stuff for my other business, right? I take the pictures. I have already folders up on the server, and I just snap a picture. I keep the receipt, but I just like because receipts just fade for some reason. I don't know. They just fade really fast. So I just take pictures, upload it to the folder where it's supposed to be. And then when it's time to tally up for that month, that's it. Just tally up, boom, put the spreadsheet in there. Then I'm ready to go. Send to the tax person. Here's all the stuff you need right here, right there, done. Actually, I've been like that pretty much. Like when I first started my engineering career, when you don't know nothing about computers, that was very intimidating. Very intimidating. I didn't speak the language. I didn't know about programming. I didn't know about TCP/IP. I didn't know about any of that stuff, right? Counting in ones and zeros, all that stuff. But once I got it down, it was nothing. It was easy. Private video? Which private video? What's up, sir?
How you doing, LJ? You good?
How are you?
I'm very good, sir. Very, very good.
Huh?
Can you hear me? Or
yeah, you just kind of low a little bit. And I'm hearing myself.
I think, let me try and change some settings real quick.
Mm-hmm.
How about now?
Test. Yeah, I kind of can still hear myself echo, but
I've got on my hands free, so it's earbuds.
Oh, gotcha.
With a mic. So I'm surprised there's no speakers on or anything like that. So I don't know exactly what's going on.
Well, no, not. You said you had headphones in?
Yes. You know the wireless for the phone.
Right.
So
let's deal with it. Go ahead.
Oh no! I just want to say hello. I was hoping Zeke would join in, tell us how things went.
Well, we talked about that in the members only video last night.
All right. Did he join in?
Oh yeah, he joined in for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna renew my Members only.
Yeah, that was a good one too. You definitely want to listen to that one. That was a good one.
I shall. I shall. I just want to say hello to everyone. Um, a lot of things have been happening. I finished my contract on Friday, so I'm going to take some time off and just go on and study because um, I'm going into cybersecurity, cloud computing, etc. That's the real career. I've left the other one behind. That's 14 years I put my life into that, and I think it's time for a change.
Cloud
So I just
computing is definitely the way to go for sure.
absolutely thank you for saying that,
Mhm.
LJ. And I just wanted to give Zeke words of encouragement.
Well, that's what I did. I did cloud computing.
Okay, I thought you did just
Mhm.
networking.
Yeah, but in the cloud.
So according to you, that's the way to go
Correct.
because according to my research, that's where everything pointed me towards.
Correct. Because that's where
I
everything's going for sure.
but I never had anyone to bounce that idea off. But to hear you say that,
Oh yeah, for
it's
sure.
it's it's reinforcing. So I
Correct.
know I'm on the right track. So
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna take some time off. Um, I'm good with money, so that's not an issue. It's just about passing the certifications, etc. But yeah, I just want to let Zeke know, like, you don't have to be stuck in that cycle. You just come up with a plan for yourself and execute. You know, um, he said he went back to the company in the chat, etc. Um, I just want to let him know that he always has the option of still walking away. No one owns him. He owns himself unless he gives that away to someone else. So Zeke, if you're hearing this, the power is still in your hands. It's always in your hands. It's not a matter of losing it forever. You may relinquish it here and there, but and I was hoping LJ was to. I know the core of this message is about being debt free, but as you can hear, LJ, there's a lot of people asking questions broader than that. They're asking about life in general, and that's something I wanted to talk about, especially with international minded, etc. But coming from you, I think it'll have a lot of impact on a lot of people that do listen to you. Just life in general and how to approach it, or and no one has all the answers. Nobody has all the answers, but just to share what you've been through, what you've seen, that's a big plus to a lot of people coming up because they're LJ. They're people half your age listening to you right now. People in their early 20s, mid 20s, in their 30s, and as young as you look, as young as you are, vibrant, etc. These gentlemen, these ladies would appreciate, I would think, a little word of wisdom.
Well,
You
what it
know,
really is it's a version of living in a different financial dimension. That's what it really is, right? That's
hmm
exactly because millions of people don't know what I'm sharing. And see the way I'm just saying this out loud to you, Atticus, right? You hear me just saying, hey, debt free is the way. That's what they can't hear me. And I mean, literally cannot hear me.
isn't that something?
That's why we live in a different dimension because it's true. And to actually grasp that, that's your next level of accepting, right? They don't know what I'm saying, literally don't know.
I was going to ask about that.
Mhm.
What causes this cognitive dissonance where someone separates reality and sees and thinks something totally different? Something can be right in front of them, LJ. This whole debt issue is right in front of
Well,
us.
that's a program. That's a program.
Uh,
That's on purpose because it wouldn't work. Like capitalist economies, yours or mine, it's psychological. It's psychological. It's obvious. If it's not mathematically true, it's psychological, because there's nothing outside of, if there's nothing, because there's nothing outside of math. If you believe there is something outside of math, that means it's something psychological in your brain.
It's almost fanatical, LJ, because you'll find someone leasing a vehicle, paying a 30-year mortgage,
Hmm.
essentially tied. They're tied down.
Correct.
And the way they would respond to you if you were to explain it to them,
Hmm.
it's cult-like, fanatical.
Right. That's why you don't. That's why you can't talk. That's why you can't talk to them. That's why you can't talk. That's why you can't say stuff like that, because if they're going to, like, think about it. If you tell somebody that they're really not a homeowner, like, and you show them mathematically on a calculator and they still don't believe you, and then they get mad, you have to stop and say, they're not really mad at me, they're mad at math. And to be mad at math is something psychological, because they're mad because 1 + 1 = 2. They're mad about that, which makes no sense. So you don't really get involved in that.
Mm.
I mean, you got to literally think that way.
You know what? I'm beginning to tune my mind in that direction,
Correct.
because it's very disconcerting in that it's almost there's movies, the zombie movies,
Mhm.
where you're the only normal person, but you're surrounded by the living dead.
Right.
That's what it's like to me, and it takes some getting used to,
It does. That's what it is. Because anything outside that, you just involve in your feelings, right? It just
Very
takes
correct.
getting used to it. You just gotta, you think about it. You see how big, like, we have some really big car lots over here, right? Car lots wouldn't exist if they understood what we know, what I know. They couldn't exist.
Mm,
Student loan debt couldn't exist. I mean, it wouldn't exist. Housing market wouldn't exist. Do you realize that?
mhm.
If they all woke up right now and said, "Oh my God, I'm not a homeowner with a mortgage," and then they decided to walk out of their house and say, "Oh shit, I don't own nothing," and then they left, the whole housing market would crash.
You know what you said right there is very true. Without
Mhm.
debt, the world economy would stop.
Correct.
Without lenders lending and borrowers borrowing, all
Correct.
this, we
That's
would
how
not
capitalist
have.
economies work. Now remember, so when you have the ability to see negative numbers in psychological economies, and capitalist economies are psychological, your economy in the UK is no different than the economy here. They're both capitalist. That's all we care about.
Yes. No,
It,
very true.
it doesn't matter their taxes or whatever they're doing in the UK. I would just come over there and say, "Are you guys capitalists?" Yeah, okay, that's all I need to know, because I know by default, in order for a capitalist economy to work, there must be debt slaves, and they must be the majority.
I was thinking to myself, maybe international minded is in the chat. Maybe he can join in, and the three of us can have the discussion. If anyone else is not willing to join in right now, because they're shy. But
No, I don't want
I'll
to
just
get
speak.
I don't want to get too deep into that, because I do want some new people to jump up here. I do.
Absolutely,
I
fair
want
enough.
some new people, because that kind of stuff intimidates them. And I get it. I totally get it. I totally get why, especially if you're in debt and you're a debt slave. You don't really understand that high level of, I mean, every now and then it's cool, but
No, fair enough.
Mhm,
I do understand why certain individuals form private members clubs. You understand?
mhm.
It's because, like you said, it's very different from what the majority go by. You know,
And that's
I'm not.
cool. I'm okay with that. But you know why I'm okay with that? Because it's a
Yeah,
choice.
yeah,
You
yeah.
choose to trust the calculator, or you don't. It's that simple. If you don't, hey, you're going to be on that side of the capitalist economy, the wrong side.
No, I agree, because when I was younger, I couldn't understand what members clubs were about. But now that I'm older and I've seen things unfold, I do understand why. Because not everyone's gonna get what's going on, and you can't, like you said, you can't take off that mask in public.
No.
It can put you at risk. You know.
True. I
So when
wouldn't.
you're
I would. I mean, they'll feel your energy. Don't get me wrong. Wherever I go, they can feel that I'm different. They can. They don't know why. I know why. They don't know why.
And I'm just saying it. I'm moving more and more and more towards that side of being even more private. You know, private members club, private memberships, whether it's a social setting or recreational, etc.
Mm-hmm.
I'm withdrawing from mainstream more and more. You know, I wish them well. I don't wish them ill, etc. But
No. Mm-mm.
it's 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 a bit too risky
What is?
to um just holding certain views, just an outlook on life. Like when you say, look, debt is a bad thing to the majority, they can turn around and attack you. It doesn't mean physically, because you have to remember they live their lives by debt. So you've got to be very mindful about who you engage and how you engage them, etc. When it comes to subject matter, like you said, you can't take off your mask in public as well.
Well, I mean, like you gotta remember, debt free is a language, right? That they don't know exists because they've been in debt all their lives. So all you got to do, like when you have this ability, you can just listen to the way they speak, and you already know not to say certain things because you already know how they feel, because they're saying mathematically, they're saying things that are not mathematically true out loud for the public to hear. I would never do that in a million years. Do that. Say something mathematically incorrect out in the world, right? Because that makes no sense. So as soon as you hear them talk like that, you just know to limit your input, anything to do with financial.
Okay, right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No. Okay. I just want to say this very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
If you're new here, don't feel bashful. Don't feel shy. You can join in, have a conversation with LJ, have a conversation with other people, and I invite you to do so. LJ, if you don't mind, I'll quietly sit in the background and
Problem.
just chime in if you wish, because I really do enjoy speaking with yourself and other people of the S&D family. So for now, I invite anybody that wants to join in, that hasn't joined in before, come in, speak your piece. Nobody's going to misjudge you. Nobody's going to mistreat you. You can have your own say, and let's have a conversation. So with that, LJ, I'm going to mute up, but I will be here.
All right, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, like I always, I really, this is what I'm waiting for. It's gonna happen. Like I'm gonna wait for when a young pro athlete discovers me, right? Somebody just starting, they did whatever they had to do to become pro, but now they're nervous about how many people are just trying to be friends with them for their money. And I'm waiting for that pro person to find me, and I'm gonna change their entire life. And then once that person know, then they're gonna tell all their other young professional athlete friends, and then that's when, man, I'm excited about that. Excited. Some young, smart entrepreneurs that just discovered something. Now they're about to market it and take it or whatever they're about to do with it, right? But they don't really understand who to trust along their journey, and I'm gonna teach them how to do that. This is how you determine who you're gonna trust in your business. Ask to see their personal credit report. Now, if you've been in debt all your life and you hear me say that, you don't know what I'm looking for on the credit. You're probably thinking, well, what's he looking for on the credit report? It's something that you've never seen before. So don't try to figure it out on your own. Don't think it has something to do with your credit score. It doesn't have anything to do with that. Nothing. But once you understand what this means, how powerful to a person's personal credit report will damn near tell you about 90% of that person, who that person is. Not only are their finances, criminal activity, court problems, IRS problems, collection, just restitution. You will see everything on their credit report. As soon as you see it, you'll be like, oh, yeah, no. Because a person can tell you anything why they have debt. Oh, it was my mama, my daddy, somebody stole my name and did this, and I can't get it off. Whatever. The credit report, the personal credit reports, all three don't lie ever. They don't lie. It will tell you, like some of you guys go out on dates. You don't know if the person's married. You don't know if they're married now, if they're, all you got to do is see their personal credit report. You will know everything, everything. And if they get an attitude or something, you're like, wait a minute, you want to have a relationship with me, but I can't see your personal credit report? No. No. You want to get serious, right? Yeah. But I can't see your personal credit report. But you want me to share my body with you? Wait a minute. You want me to share my body with you, but I can't see your personal credit report? Yeah, no. That's a no to both. That's a no to both. You guys don't know how, but I didn't know that when I was in debt because I was so focused on the credit score. What debt slaves really don't know what a credit score really is. That's how they reward debt slaves for staying in debt. You pay their money back on time, you get a high debt slave score. If you don't, you get a low one. That's it. Credit scores don't mean anything. It says credit scores don't equal to wealth anything. That has nothing to do with money. Why? Because credit is not money. Credit's not money? Who said that? You know what credit is? Let me tell you what credit is. It's cryptocurrency. But credit is regulated. Cryptocurrency is not. It's like the wild, wild west. They're both. Did you know credit's been here? Credit is digital currency. Cryptocurrency is not new. Why you guys think cryptocurrency is new? No, it's not. It's been here for decades. Can you touch credit? Put some credit in your hand, okay? I challenge you guys all to put some credit in your hands. Okay, better yet, put some cryptocurrency in your hands. Can you do that? No, because they don't exist, debt slaves. They don't exist. It's just another get rich, just like when you look at like the lotto numbers. Why do you think they always pull out? They put as big ass billboards of mega millions and how much the lottery is up to. So you guys will look at the numbers and start fantasizing. You think that's free for them to put out a big ass billboard on the freeway and all? That's not free. That takes money. You guys will look at it, fantasize, and then go buy some tickets. And then they tell you right on the thing, you got 1 in 1 millionth of a trillionth chance to win. And you still go and buy it. Hey, there might be a chance, man. It might be a chance. Really? Zeke says, I appreciate it, Andre. I got what I needed to come back. They begged me. And that's never happened before, especially for me. I'm focused even more now. Yeah, you guys need to check out that video. And I want you guys to understand, in this members only, in the SMD channel, is where I put my deeper thoughts. Those are the things that I don't really say on the free side because you guys won't even understand it. If you've been in debt all your life, you can't hear me. You can't hear a word I'm saying. Like when I say, for example, put it this way. I'm going to give you guys an example, okay? When you hear me say something like, you can't buy a house with a mortgage. Now, when you hear me say that, if it confuses you, You're probably saying, "What do you mean you can't buy a house with a mortgage?" You probably millions of you guys. Don't worry if this is you. Don't worry. There's millions of you guys that say the same thing. You say, "What do you mean I can't buy a house with a mortgage?" Open up your calculator, our calculator app. Put in your mortgage payment minus your mortgage balance, and then hit equal. Does the calculator say you're a homeowner? Does the calculator say you're a homeowner? No? Then why do you believe you are? Why do you believe you're a homeowner when the calculator is clearly telling you that you're not? Because it's psychological. The capitalist economy is psychological. Because if I went running down the street saying 1 + 1 = 3, 1 + 1 = 3, 1 + 1, everybody would look at me like, what's wrong with him? He's got, they'll say he's crazy. He must got what? Psychological problems. Why do you think he's crazy? Because he keeps saying 1 + 1 = 3, and he keeps yelling it down the street. You would think I'm nuts, right? That's what it sounds like when you call yourself a homeowner with a 30-year mortgage. That's what you sound like. Because the calculator is clearly showing you that you're not, you're in the negative, but you believe you are. That's what it sounds like when you don't understand, when you can't see negative numbers in the psychological economies. All right, we're going on 56 minutes. If there's not any questions, man, I'm gonna cut this off in about 4 or 5 minutes.
Join in, people. Speak your piece. LJ's here to hear you.
I got the broom in the background. Let's see. I hate when I do that.
What, you mean a physical broom? One of those robot brooms?
No, a physical broom. I wouldn't dare pay for one of those things. What's up, Robert? What's going on, man?
Hey, how y'all doing? Can you hear me?
I can hear you good. What's happening?
Very clearly, yes, sir.
I've done much. Just saying happy Sunday to you. Thank you for having me on. I'm gonna be quick because I don't want to, hold you up, and some other people might be on.
Man,
But,
you ain't holding up nothing.
Speak.
yeah, got a question for you. Okay, after let's say you max out your W-2 for a year, right? Like when this involves
What do you mean
tax.
max out a W-2? You mean 401k or something?
Yeah, that's what I meant. A 401k. My God,
Okay,
I'm sorry
all
about
right.
that. When you max out your 401k, let's say, hi there. Let's say you max out your 401k and you want to do something. What I'm trying to do is just what I was saying before, is that once I max out my 401k, what else is there to do? For
Do you
example,
have an HSA?
yes, I do. I have to do my job.
Have you maxed out your HSA?
Not yet.
That's what I would do. Because especially because you got a kid too, because you got out-of-pocket medical expenses, right?
Yes.
See, if you max out your HSA, you get the money that you put in your HSA, you can take off your taxable income. And the card, they give you like a credit card looking thing.
Yeah, I got that. That's right.
You use that to pay for out-of-pocket medical expenses because it's tax-free.
Okay,
Not
cool.
the money out of your pocket. You use the card, so you get double dipping. You get to take that amount of, say, like you put $5,000 on your HSA in 1 year, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get to take $5,000 off of your taxable income for the year, okay, which lowers you in your tax bracket, and that same $5,000 goes on your card, your HSA card. Okay?
Really?
Yes, it goes on your card. And then any out-of-pocket medical expenses for you or your son, you use the card, not the money, because your money's already been taxed. Your cash, it's already been taxed. The one on the card is not.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
I just always had an idea of it. I didn't know. I never knew you could max it out.
You know why? Because you are debt-free now. There's no point in worrying about it if you're in debt, because you can't do it.
Right.
They don't know that. So it's like double dipping. You get $5,000 off your annual income, and you got $5,000 on the card, 100% tax free, and you pay for all your out-of-pocket medical expenses with it.
Wow, I had no clue. I had
Yep.
just started it earlier this year, but now I know.
Yep.
And also, guess what else I found out?
What?
I found out that this concept of having 6 figures a year means absolutely nothing.
Well, I wouldn't say nothing. It counts
No,
on
no,
if
no,
you're
no,
debt
no,
free or
no,
not.
no. What I'm saying is that once you
Oh,
offering, it doesn't, because it's like you can live comfortably making 50 to 60 or $70,000 a
gotcha.
year.
Right, right. Yeah, that 6 figure is, I think that thing, so many people want to make 6 figures. That's why they do that a lot, because a lot of people don't. And they think that's some kind of goal, right? Which it can be a goal. I'm not saying it's not, but they don't know that it's nothing if you double that in debt. I know this personally because that was me. My last job, I was making 160 a year, and I was double that in debt. So it
You're
didn't
right.
mean nothing.
No, you're right, LJ. It's a meme at this point because certain channels on the internet start repeating it, and a
Correct. That's
lot of
part of the
people bought
program.
into it.
That's
Yeah.
all part of the program.
Yeah, it's like you're saying, it becomes fun now once you realize how you can save, and what, like the HSA you just talked about, it's becoming fun now.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute, what else I can do? It's
Because
like,
yours would be a family. So Google the HSA max this year, because I know the 401k, they said it went up from 19.5 to 20,000 this
yeah,
year, or 22 or something like that. And then they usually bump it up a little bit. So check the family HSA maximum, right? And
okay.
then you max. So that way, if you max out, say like it was 20,000 for the 401k, and then let's say like it's for a family, because I don't know what it is. I got to Google it. Let's just say it's 6,000. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That means you get to take $26,000 off of your annual income, saving you in tax. Because you got to remember, people in debt, they can't reduce their tax bracket because they're in debt. You can, which is that's phantom income. You're doing something that millions of other people can't. Reduce your tax bracket.
My God, I just never knew all of this, man.
Me neither. I didn't know that until I worked one more year when I was debt. And this what woke me up. I think you probably heard me say this story. I remember at the particular job I broke, when I got a raise, I was expecting another check to be bigger than the last one,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because I got a raise. You naturally think your check is going to be bigger. But when I got my check, it was even less than before the raise.
Yeah.
High tax bracket.
And I was like, what the? And then I realized, I was like, wait a minute. If I just max out my 401k, I can bring it down, put the money in savings, and reduce my tax bracket twice in every year. You can do that every single year. Every year.
I did not know that. I was
You got
wondering like how different it was, like different women at my job. What they was doing was they would change their tax bracket every 6 months so that they can Clarence Price put down 21 7,200.
Okay.
And what they was doing was they was like, trying to get more back in taxes, so they would change their tax status.
Oh yeah, those people. Yeah, no,
I heard
yeah.
that many times. I was like, I ain't never doing that.
No, that's for people that don't know. Oh, I'm gonna change it. They think it's the kids. Hey, I'm gonna say I have this many kids or whatever, right? It had nothing to do with that. Yeah, don't even listen to people to do that. What's up, Hyphy? You don't listen to people to do that. You talk to people that can max out their 401k and their HSA in 1 year. That's the people you talk to.
I know what I'm doing Monday morning. I'm going straight to my HR lady and be like, hey, yeah, let me go ahead and max out this HSA.
Right.
See what options they got for me.
Yep. And you know what she's gonna say? What? Are you sure you want to do that? Because nobody comes in the office and does that. Okay. So they're gonna be shocked that you're doing that. Because if you're maxing out your 401k and your HSA, they're gonna be like, we ain't never seen nobody do that.
Yeah, I want to do that. Absolutely. I'm doing that. Thank you. I ain't gonna hold you up. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. And
yeah, man.
I be at the members only video, man. That W2 to business, and the last one you did yesterday was fantastic.
Appreciate it, man. I want to. I see because you guys will get it. That's why I like sharing those type of videos over there for you guys. Because when you guys hear that stuff, I'm like, okay, this will help them on their journey. When you guys get here, you'll be like, oh shit, yeah, LJ told me about that like last year. Okay, and then you guys can just jump straight to it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do the learning process that I did.
I gotta tell you something. My coworker gave me this book. Like he's like intellectual, like I am. Called. I have it with me. You're gonna laugh at this. It's called The Millionaire Fast Lane. He gave it to me, and
okay.
I know in chapter 1, he said this in the book. He's like, I have no debt, but I have a mortgage, and I knew right then and there. I knew. Hold on, let me show you his book. This is the book that he gave me. And when you read chapter 1, he's going to read. He says, I have no debt whatsoever, but I have a mortgage. Like, you know how people say, like, a mortgage is good debt. And when I read that part, I just closed the book immediately. And I was like, nope. I know too well.
Well, do this though. Look in there and see, is he putting that mortgage under a business name or his personal name? Okay, look for that.
Good point.
I will.
Yeah, do look for that.
I will.
What's up, Andre? What's going on?
Yeah, I just wanted.
If you want.
Yeah, I just wanted to add one thing for Robert. If you have sufficient funds to do this with the HSA is the only triple tax-free government program that exists. So you get a tax free on the front end. It's tax deferred as it grows, but there's a trick that you can do. And then when you hit,
happens every time. Start over, man. You cut off right when you got to the good part. I know. Doing that on purpose, Andre? That happens too often.
Andre,
okay, yeah, you bouncing in and out, man. You bouncing in and out.
How about now?
Okay, let's try.
I'm getting closer. I'm going to try to get closer to the router.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Oh.
I'm ready to hear this third one. Now I'm in suspense.
No, I think he was talking to a lady in the back.
No, he was.
Sorry. Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. What you do is that instead of using the card, like you were saying, for the expenses, you pay the expenses out of pocket, right? So you don't deplete your HSA account level. And when you reach 65, you can use all of the receipts from all of your expenses, and you'll be able to take that money out at that time tax-free. So it's the only triple tax-free account period in the United States.
Keep the receipts of what? Like the doctor visits?
All of your expenses, yes. And
all
remember,
your medical expenses.
All your medical expenses, because HSA is for medical, and you go online and it has a list, and you'd be surprised all the stuff you can use on your HSA account. So let me tell you, the HSA, that's why I always tell people,
Andre, hold up. So you first pay the out-of-pocket medical expenses with your cash.
Correct. And you keep the receipt.
Keep the receipt.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And then what later down the line? When?
Yeah, when you're older, let's say you're 65. Remember, the HSA is only supposed to be tax-free for medical expenses, but you're actually basically you're storing up like a squirrel, right? For later, and then you can use all of those receipts when you reach 65 and have tax-free. You basically have tax-free income.
Mm. Wow.
Okay, so what are you doing with the receipts?
You save the receipts until you're into your retirement. Because remember, once you reach,
it's like a write-off. Is that what you're saying? It's like a write-off or something?
No, you're taking the write-off now, but you're not taking the money out now.
Correct.
Right. So if you make a purchase with your HSA card, it comes out of your HSA account, and then your account goes down, right? You following me?
Yeah. Okay.
So now instead of depleting your HSA account, which is I think it's $3,800 for individuals and $7,200 for families,
Right.
If you're able to max that out every year, and if you were just to apply like a 5% gain on that, you're talking about some significant amount of money, particularly if it. Yeah, exactly. But it has to be when you're 65.
That's a long ways
because
away.
Well, for some of us, it's not that far away.
I know, right? What about you?
For some of us, it's not that far out. You know what I'm saying?
I'm being 52 next. I'm 52 next month. I'm talking about 65.
No,
Exactly. It's not that far out. Trust me. But yeah, that allows you to basically instead of having to, you're still using it for medical. Don't get me wrong. It's not like this is not like a trick.
Right.
But it allows you to have tax-free income when you start taking your Social Security. This is the part I was trying to explain on the live yesterday. That most people, for example, have large 401ks, and they're going to start taking that money out right when they shouldn't, because that's when they're going to be on Social Security, and that makes their Social Security taxable. So you want to convert all of your taxable IRAs and 401ks to Roth IRAs before you start taking your Social Security payments.
See,
I just wanted to add
Robert,
that.
more information. See what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Yeah, so that's why I personally tell people the order is you start with your HSA first,
okay,
max that out, and now this is where it goes against convention. The next is your Roth IRA, max that out. Now this is where the confusion comes. People say, "Well, Andre, I'm going to lose out on my match, right?" But just like I was just explaining, when you have a taxable account, sure, you're taking the tax deduction now. And a matter of fact, a lot of people are not even in a high enough tax bracket to make that make sense. You know, you should do the Roth option in your 401k too. Most of the time, for most people,
it counts on your income for sure.
Yes, absolutely. There's a cutoff, and most people are not. Usually, you have to be. Yeah, exactly. So it's HSA, then Roth IRA, then your 401k to the match. And then from there, you go to a taxable account, a regular brokerage account.
Why would I not max out the 401k though? I'll be missing all that. I'll be missing all that tax deduction.
Well, it depends though, because remember this is the problem with these accounts. There's no catch up, so you can't catch up your Roth. If you miss that Roth every year, like I'm having that problem now. I'm realizing I missed out on like 15 years of Roth contributions. You know. There's no back. There's no go back. No backsies. There's no going back. That's what I was telling you about.
That's the same with 401k. They don't let you go back on a 401k when you miss.
None of these accounts, whether it's your HSA, your 401k, there's no going back.
You know what it is,
opportunity. That's it.
If you're asking that question, that must mean you know, and that's why they probably look at you and say, "Nope, sorry, no." We know why you're asking. The answer is no.
Yeah, and also with the 401k, if you do have a 401k, this is the part. This is where I get upset actually with how the whole system is set up. They don't give you all of the information so you can make the best choice for yourself and your family. You follow what I'm saying? Because if you told the average person, it's like, "Yay, we're not gonna tax you now. We're actually gonna tax you on the money you have now putting in. We're gonna tax you on the bigger amount of money later." Does that sound like a good plan?
Right.
But they don't tell it to you that way. How I just told you, they don't tell you to that. And that bigger amount of money is going to come when you have your Social Security and make your Social Security be taxable. Now, is that in any of the paperwork when you sign up for your 401k?
Not at all.
No, not at all.
Never. You'll never see it. So this is where I'm saying it's like they're playing games, you know?
Well, when I was in debt, I never understood it anyway. I was in debt. I didn't really.
Well, the thing is, they're not too worried because they know the average person doesn't have, the disposable income to even do that because they're up to their neck in debt. So this really doesn't apply to a large portion of the population. You have to really be out of debt because the amount of money you spend in interest is the amount of money that that's actually really should be designated for these accounts.
Well,
so that money is going the wrong place.
Positive. Right now, it's negative compound interest. They need to turn it into positive compound interest.
Yeah,
So you was
exactly.
right all
Yes.
along, LJ.
Huh?
So you was right all along then.
What you mean?
When you say when you say Einstein, when you say that Einstein never explained negative compound interest.
Correct. That's why I
Yeah,
wrote it.
yeah, it's 100% key. You can't do any of the stuff that we just talked about. You can't do it if you have debt. It's just no way.
It's impossible.
It's
People
impossible.
don't know that if you're paying interest, that's negative compound interest. Right off the bat,
Yeah.
negative.
Yeah.
So you said second
Yes.
is Roth IRA. You said second Roth
Yeah.
IRA, HSA, Roth IRA.
Yes. Yeah, the reason for that is that remember I said that the Roth, you can't go back and say, okay, I want to put 50 grand in now. It doesn't work that way.
Right.
And it's a small account. It doesn't compare at all to a 401k. You could put up to $55,000 in a 401k if you have that kind of capital, right?
I remember you
But
said that.
but you can't do that with the Roth. The Roth has a limit.
Right.
There's the backdoor. A mega backdoor Roth, but that's only is why.
I thought they closed that door.
No. They pulled it out of the bill. That was removed. All of the retirement account changes were pulled out of the bill, so you don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
But the mega backdoor Roth, you can't do it unless you have a business. That's why I'm encouraging Zeke, for example, to go and start and run his own business, because then he'll have access to the solo 401k. I think it has to be a C corp or an S corp to do that. But yes, that's what I was saying. What's available to a W-2 employee is much less. It doesn't even compare to what's available to a business owner. And now you're experiencing that, LJ. I don't know if you've had these conversations yet, but
no,
we can talk.
I'm having them. And when the more I have, I'm gonna bring them across you too. But the guy I got, he's personally debt free, so I trust him.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah, if you have any questions, you could just send me an email. You know, I'm always available.
You know that you the first one gonna get it. Sure.
So I just wanted to add that, but again, the order is HSA to the max, because that's triple. Again, this depends on if you have enough money. If you don't, then you can't, obviously.
Right.
But the HSA is triple tax free. So, and that's the only one that exists. And if you have a family, it's even better because you have a higher limit. Yeah. Then the next is the Roth. The Roth, because it's a small number, so the catching up it's much more difficult, so to speak. Is much more difficult, right? So that's why I say prioritize the Roth next, and I'll take you up to $6 grand, I believe. And then if you have something left over, then it's a 401k to the match only. To the match only. And then you do your taxable account until you have enough taxable income to hit your 22% tax bracket. And then you can roll back to the fourth. So there's actually a system to do it properly.
And then use the 401k to roll it back?
Yeah. So and then you eventually, if you have, but again, starting with, let's say it's a family, right? Most people can't hit that $7,200 of an HSA just starting.
Correct. No, not even close.
So, not even close. So these are kind of, it's. But if you, for example, this is why I was saying you have to do the pre-game, the pre-work, because if you don't have a mortgage, this is why we talk about what we talk about, LJ. If you don't have a mortgage, you'll have plenty of money to do all of these accounts.
Yes.
Right?
You're
right.
Right
Or wrong?
You're right.
So once you get to that, so that's why I'm saying you have to do what I call pregame, which is you make sure you have your life insurance and you make sure you have your home paid off, basically. Because remember, the returns on a home are unique. Because they're tied to inflation, right?
Correct,
so once you paid your house off, you have to see it as receiving inflation adjusted income every year.
Correct. Yes, you're
There's
right.
nothing like it. There's nothing like it.
I got my life insurance through AAA, and I had to do the whole blood work, HIV test, all that good stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do a lot of they test you for everything now.
Well. And at that my job, I had to when I signed up life insurance at my job, I had the lady come to my house, come to my place, and she did the blood work inside my home to test you for
Wow.
HIV as well.
Wow. Now the one at the job though, that's dangerous because I think if you leave your job, you don't get to take that with you.
That's
No,
correct.
no, actually you
That's
do.
correct.
You can't.
Huh?
Yes, they'll what they do is this is what happened when I left Amazon. They'll send you a form in the mail, and they'll be like, it's not Cobra, but they will send that.
No,
the other thing.
not insurance.
No,
Life
but yeah,
We're talking about the
insurance,
life
yes.
insurance.
Yeah,
life
that's what I'm
insurance.
saying. They'll send you a form in the mail saying if you want to still keep that type of insurance, you just gotta pay a certain amount per month. They still do that.
Are you talking about Cobra?
Okay.
No,
No,
it's not.
he's talking
No, not
about
Cobra.
he's talking about extending the life insurance past service
Yeah.
to the big company.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Like
I have.
think because Amazon it was Prudential life insurance, and when I left, they sent me a form in the mail saying if you want to still keep the insurance the same way the company had, it's like $300 and some dollars, and you just pay it and you still have it.
Right.
They do give you it. It probably depends on the state too, but they do send those forms out.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
you gotta work over 3 years though. It's the same way with 401k. Like for example, if you because again Amazon, when you if you get your 401k and you leave before your 3 years is up, all that money they get to keep. Also, all the stocks that they vested to you, they get to keep as well.
Yeah, most
So
of the
they,
businesses have like a vesting period. It might
yeah,
be
2 years.
5 years, or it depends on the company.
Right.
Now, the only thing I don't really want to get into this because it's getting away from the topic, but
I understand.
there's a whole variety of insurances and types of insurances, and I would say 97% of insurance is financial abuse. Financial abuse. Okay. So I just wanted to be just to
You mean like
clarify
everything
that.
else?
Yeah, well, the thing is knowing, LJ. Once you know what's a good product and what's not, and you realize when you're being taken advantage of.
Right.
It's not illegal. What they're doing is not illegal.
Right. It's not illegal.
But is it in your best interest? That's a whole different conversation.
MLMs are not illegal. MLMs are not illegal.
No, it's not.
Because when I was going through my my divorce, and my HR lady gave me the card to call the employee assistance program, like to see what type of you get free consultations and stuff like that. And when I signed up for their legal insurance, I'm like, wait a minute, I was looking at, I was like, wait a minute, this is just the basics. Like, wait a minute, I don't get like no attorney fees covered or nothing like that. They was like, no, we just give you advice, and for an hour only. After that, you on your own. I was like, damn.
It's business. It's just business.
It's just business. I know.
Just business.
I had to understand that. I was like, wait a minute, I gotta move up in the ladder or something because this wasn't working.
I mean, you got to, once you get out of debt, man, you just got to look at your job as the tool that it is, right?
Yes.
It's just to finance your dream, your business, or whatever. Because your ultimate goal is to work for yourself. Okay, you don't W-2. You when you're out of debt matrix, you clearly see W-2 people are taxed the worst.
Yes,
and
they
can't
are.
do nothing about it when they're in debt. So it's time to get out of that. That's what it really is. I mean, what you playing with your taxes right now as a W-2 worker will give you, look at that as practice, right? And then when you come out on the business side, there's a whole different, and I'm still learning these new avenues, right? It's totally different, but it starts to turn into fun, really. It really does.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I'm so excited for LJ because once he starts seeing all of, he's gonna be like, "What? All this is going on behind my back? All this stuff? How come nobody told me?"
I'm just now approaching all this knowledge, and it's like I'm smiling right now because it's like you just international money. You just opened my mind up to a whole bunch of things that I never had a clue to, and now I know.
Yeah, can you imagine someone who's taught let's say comes 18 years old, he's ready to go, right? He starts working and he's maxing out his HSA,
Mm.
his Roth 401k, his Roth IRA, his 401k to the match. He's receiving dividend income up to 0% tax, all the way up to like $40,000-$50,000 starting. If his life starts like that, man, come on, man.
See,
That's
I try not to
ridiculous. It's
think
just
about that because
ridiculous.
I get upset. I get upset.
Well, but this is the
I
thing.
have
We
a
got
little voice, though.
Yeah, what we got to do is make sure the next generation is given all this
Correct.
information, because how hard is it? It's filling out a form and making enough money. That's it.
You don't know.
That's it. That's it. That's all you got to do.
Only advice I have to 18-year-old is you better not tell no one else that you're doing that.
What?
Like I'm talking about the example, if somebody 18 years old was doing all that, and somebody at the job found out, like a coworker that needs money.
Oh yeah, you can't tell people that you're doing that because they think only rich people can do that.
Yeah,
they're gonna be asking you for money and all that. No, yeah, you don't do that. Nah, because I never once, ever, throughout my whole career, even thought about maxing out my 401k. Never, or HSA. I heard of HSA, but I didn't really know what it meant, so I didn't really think about it. It didn't matter because I had no money anyway, so it didn't matter.
Yeah.
When I first saw, like, for example, when I first saw 19,000 to max out your 401k, the first thing I thought to myself, 19,000? There is no way I can give up 19,000 of my dollars in a year to a fund, right? I'd be like, man, I'd be broke, but I was in debt. That's why I couldn't do it.
And not only that, I think that's the elective portion, right? And then your job can but you can go over on taxable. So over the 19, let's assume the business did zero, gave nothing, right? You would have 19,000 tax free, and then you would have an additional whatever 19,000 is from 55 that you could put in taxable on top of that.
Oh. Okay, you could put in so I think this year is up to 20,000. I think.
Yeah. So I think
I could put in 20,000.
That's non-taxable. No, that's not correct. That I messed up. I shouldn't be doing that because I know better. It's tax deferred. It's not non-taxable. You have to pay tax. That's why I tell people, do not get into the habit of start thinking about things like you're not paying tax. You either pay tax
deferred, but I get to take that 20,000 off of my taxable income.
That's correct.
Right?
That's correct.
How do I go past the 20?
Then you can do taxable contributions up to 55.
Oh, and under the same account?
That's right.
How come they don't? Well, I know why they don't tell you that.
You said.
I'm answering my own question. Oh, you got me. That's a rhetorical question.
Yes,
Good one, Andre. Good one.
Yeah. There you go.
Good one.
Yeah. So, and now that you have a business, LJ, man, I'm really excited for you because you have the solo 401k. If you do an S corp, you get to take dividends. It's not non-taxable. Man, it gets disgusting. Let me tell you, it's ridiculous.
You know what's so crazy as I'm doing this is right because you don't really like when I was in debt. You go into a website and you go buy something. The first thing they ask you, are you a regular account or are you a business account? Of course, you go straight to the regular because you're a regular W-2 person, right? But what business account, you get different prices, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So not only do you get the product for less than everybody else, you get the money that you spend on the product. You get to take that and put it up right off on your taxes. So the product damn near becomes nothing.
Yep.
I had
That's the beginning too. This is the beginning.
I had my IT
you have no idea.
My IT professional said that about Comcast Business, and he was like, he uses the internet for his business account, and he said almost exactly the same thing. I was like, wait a minute. And I looked at him crazy, and he was like, yeah, I get to do.
That's right.
That's
Internet
right.
business account. You're right.
Yeah, yeah, and not only that, the businesses have usually higher limits and better terms. So there's really no comparison. Once you get into the business side, there's no comparison whatsoever. You can't even imagine. And guess what?
What?
If you're an employee of your business,
Right.
you get both of the benefits.
He kind of talked to me about that a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm getting there. I got to organize all this stuff. Once
yeah, I'm
I
happy
get
for
it
you,
in
man.
place, it's gonna be a well-oiled machine, right? I'm
I
getting
am.
all the
Yeah,
pieces together.
I'm very excited for you, LJ. Really.
Hey man, I'm excited, man. I'm excited, man.
I'm
I'm
excited just
excited.
hearing all this.
That's why I'm sharing it with you guys, man. So when you go look for that finance person, man, just I don't care how they feel. Are you personally debt free? I don't care how you feel about it. Are you? No. See you later.
all right, guys, I gotta go. Dinner's
All
served.
right.
All right, man. I
Have a
appreciate
Talk
you
to you
good one.
later.
jumping on, Andre.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes,
All right,
indeed.
man. We're gonna wrap this up anyway. I'm done. I'm about done too.
All
Atticus, you
righty.
still there? We're about to wrap it up, sir.
I
You
think
got
that
anything
is
left, Robert,
gone.
before he jumps on? I'm not sure
Oh
if he's
no,
still
that was
there.
about it for me. I appreciate you. I learned a lot.
Man,
Awesome.
I see it all over your face, man. I don't see no stress on your face, man.
Nah, it's stress. Where?
You probably irritating people at work, always smiling and stuff. They're like, "What? Why is he so damn happy every time coming?"
Oh man, every time I go to work, man, I turn on when I go on break, I watch the stock market on CNBC. People walk in, it's like, why you keep on watching the stock market every day? I'm
Hey,
just
let me ask
learning.
you something, Robert. Let me ask you something real quick before I let you go. Now, do you have what's your relationship right with your kid's mom? Is it good, bad?
We have a good relationship.
Now, when as you transformed into this, debt-free person, can she? Well, not her. What about? Have you changed of how you handle certain things now? Now that
Oh,
you're
absolutely.
debt-free,
Yeah.
how is that different for you now? Less arguing or less? You know what I'm saying? Because I've been in all that before. I went through all that, and I think I would have been a different person had I become debt-free dealing with that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, not worry about things that's outside of my control. Not worried about bills. Not worrying
Right.
about being in debt is one of them. And also the thing is that just understanding the time of my life, because you understand, I was in jail for even trying to see my kid when she tried to have me
Mm.
arrested for trying to say
Mm.
that I hit her for domestic violence
Those
charges.
okay, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, when I went to court and the judge was like, the judge said this, I could tell by looking at him that he ain't hit you, this man is a good man. Case dismissed. I
Wow.
ran out the courtroom and I vowed, and I was with my mom. I was like, I vowed to never put myself in this situation, never again.
Yeah.
Them,
Yeah.
them, hand, them handcuffs, that cold steel would change you. I'm gonna tell you
so
that right
so
there.
when you talk to her though, are you just like you don't really you know what I'm saying? That I'm just trying to picture myself how I would have been. I wouldn't have let that
Oh
stuff
no,
bother me.
oh, I'm relaxed very now. I'd be like, hey, how's he doing? Do I
Gotcha.
need any type of medical stuff is going on with him? I have my HSA account. I can pay it
Nice.
off.
Nice.
Stuff like that. And I'd be like,
Okay.
they down there enough. They send me all his paperwork about his schooling and
Right.
everything, and I just play it cool, and I just be relaxed. How you doing? You doing all
Now, do
right?
you pay child support?
No,
No, you guys, either one of you guys don't?
no.
Okay, 50-50. Okay. That sounds like
They,
what I had. Okay, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. All right. No, because I was about to say if you did, because I remember like I think about how much I had to pay per month for child support, and I used to be mad about because one kid I paid like $1,100 a month. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but I was making six figures. Okay,
Right.
now I was upset about that amount of money per month, right? But it was really because of my fault. I was in debt. Had I not been in debt, child support wouldn't have been nothing.
Yeah.
That
I
would have
mean,
been easy.
yeah, that's how I felt like after my divorce. It was like it was my fault because I didn't take control of my household. I didn't take control of the finances. I
Right,
let things slide that
right,
I shouldn't happen, and I take ownership of that. And
right.
once I took ownership of it, I just realized, okay, I know how to rectify the situation, and I did.
See, now I can only imagine because you're still young, man.
Yeah.
I can't. Whoever this woman, she's got to be perfect, man. Whoever you gonna take serious next,
Oh man,
she gonna have to be. She got a long list. Good
yes,
luck.
she does. Oh man, at my job, man, this dude came up to me. He was like, "You know what your problem is? You looking for perfection in a woman." I was like, "Yeah." I told him straight up, "Yeah, I'm not gonna be just screwing nobody, man. Oh man, you
Right.
can't. That's a can of worms. You having sex with a woman. Oh, I'm glad I brought that up. When I at my other job, my manager got fired for doing that. He got
What, messing with
terminated.
somebody at work?
Yes, he did. He's a manager. He's like one of the hiring managers. He
Right.
was hiring women that he knew, and he was having sex with them. And then one of them, let's say and he didn't hire one of their boyfriends, and she reported that stuff to corporate, and he got terminated. He was suspended first, then he got terminated.
See, that's the kind of stuff you won't let happen. You won't let stuff like that happen. I can't hear you. Can't hear you. No. I see your mouth moving. I don't know if you put yourself on mute or not. You touched something on the screen, unless it's switched over. Let me see. I'm gonna mute you and unmute you. It says their mic. It says your mic is not connected or something. Let me see. Can't unmute the guest. The mic. It's saying your mic isn't connected for some reason. Test. No, I think your phone must have rang or something and probably switched your mic. You probably have to, but it's not a big deal, man. We're about to wrap it up anyway, man. I can't hear you though. No, I can't hear you. I see your mouth move. Wait, let me see.
Yeah,
Test. Okay, there you go. There you go. Okay, now you're frozen. Now you're frozen. It's getting worse.
okay, there we go. There you go.
There we go. All right.
I can hear you.
Okay.
So the big boss so the big boss came in front of all of us. We had like stand-up meeting. He came in front of everybody, and he let everybody know, he's no longer with the company. And they was like, he said to all the managers in there, please conduct yourselves professionally. Do not engage in that type of behavior. You see what it can happen to you. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. He had to clear up all the rumors.
He had to do what? He had to do what?
Clear up everything.
Oh,
he had to
the
go
rumors,
in detail.
Rumors. Right.
So I remember what you were saying, how it's like once you don't have, you do not take, like once you have sex with slaves, don't go past beyond sex.
Well, even in that situation, once you own yourself, you look with awareness. You think to yourself, wait a minute, I'm a manager and I'm hiring women that I'm having. I mean, that you have to know. Obviously, he didn't know that was going to lead to his firing. That's obvious to me. If I would never do that because that's obvious. I would be like, okay, I would lose my job if I did that, and I wouldn't do it. But some people are so ruled by their sex, they just do it. He probably was getting away with it for so long, he thought it was cool. Oh, I can do this forever. Okay. Until one person just said, hey, this person's doing me. And that's it. Done.
Yep. He was done that order. It took no more than 3 weeks. They suspended him for 2. Third week, you gotta go.
How long was he with the company?
Oh, for over 9 years.
Wow.
Can you imagine now when he applies for another job, they're always going to want to know where you worked at before.
Yep.
Right? Now he can't even list that job.
Nope. And it's going to be 9 years of no employment history on that. Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
Wow.
You got to explain that.
No, sir.
Oh, no, you don't. Oh, no, you don't got to explain it. The employer going to do a background check and find out.
Oof.
Yeah,
all right, sir. we're gonna
Have a
wrap
good
this
one.
up,
You
man.
take care of yourself.
Thank you,
All right,
And
Robert.
Robert.
again,
Have a good
Appreciate
one.
it.
congratulations on the
LJ.
business.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, LJ. Thank you for hosting us. It's been a real pleasure, and we
Hey,
will be
appreciate it,
returning.
Atticus.
Thank you. Take care
What
of
time is
yourself,
it
guys.
there over in the UK?
It's 9:30 in the
PM.
evening. PM, yes.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's
All
right.
right.
You guys are 5 hours ahead of us. Okay, got it. Got it.
What state are you in, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm in South Carolina, so it's
Midwest?
4:30 here. It's 4:30 here.
That's the Midwest, if I'm not wrong. Or
No, that's East Coast.
East Coast. All right, 5 hours.
Southeast, something like that.
But it's counted at East Coast time-wise.
East Coast time zone, yes.
All right. Thank you for letting me know. That's
Mhm.
5 hours ahead. Now I know. Thank you, guys. Thank you, LJ. Take care of yourself, guys.
Okay, you too, sir. All right, everybody. It's been a pleasure. And if members only, if you guys didn't catch that, actually the last couple of members only videos, I suggest you check them out. Last night's was good. Omanike, SMD family member Omanike's was very good too. Go check them out if you haven't. What's up, Nicer? Seen you sneak in here, Wayne Omega. Sal's, what's up? Like I said, I'm gonna keep, I'll keep this Q&A Sundays going. It kind of reminds me of when I first started SMD. I was talking to myself for a year. Nobody would come onto my lives. There was nobody in the chat. None of that stuff. But I said, I'm gonna keep pushing through. And I'm gonna try to keep, like I said, I'm gonna still be doing other things like I always do, but I'm gonna keep Q&A Sundays. I'm gonna make sure I keep this open for those people that do like. And I notice you guys like the article reads and and Q&A Sundays, but it's like with the article reads, I noticed that unless it's something juicy financial, it's really the same repetitive stuff over and over again, right? It really is. I mean, it's cool to talk about it, but it's the same, especially like student loan debt, right? They're never getting what debt slaves don't know about student loan debt. They're never getting rid of student loan debt. They're never going to do that. Something got to be wrong with you if you believe they're going to wipe $1.7 trillion off the books, just wipe it away and say, start over. That's not going to happen ever. That's never going to happen. You can forget about it. Okay. Even if they took off, like say like this, say like you had $100,000 in student loan debt, right? And President Biden decided to wipe away 50,000 of it. You're still not going to pay off your $50,000 in student loan debt. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're just going to let it stack right back up with interest and fees because you're never going to pay off the 50. It doesn't matter. You have to pay it off yourself. They're never going to do that. They're never going to do that. You guys can forget about it. Forget about it. And the younger people that are listening to this, do not, if you're in college in your 20s, let me tell you something. As soon as you graduate, you move back home. You don't leave home until your student loans are. When are you ready to move out from your mom and daddy's house? When your student loan debt is paid off, not a day before. It doesn't matter what your friends are doing. They could be buying new cars, houses, having kids. You move back home and you don't leave your parents' house until your student loans are paid off. What's up, Sewer Rat? Any questions before I leave? Okay. Any questions? Any questions? It's crazy. This is the only channel on this. Sometimes I'll think about this channel, right? This is the only channel on YouTube that shares such information. The only channel out of 37 million YouTube channels. If it's still that, it might be more than that. It might be 38, 39, 40, but 4 out of 37 million. This is the only channel like this one. You can't even find another channel like SMD. And I'm not even bragging. It's just it. This is how I know. I'm showing you guys right now before SMD blows up. I'm showing you right now there is no other channel like this one on YouTube. Of course I'm going to blow up. Of course. It's just a matter of time. People don't know who I am yet. That's it. That's the only thing that's missing. The people don't know who I am, what SMD is, what SMD represents. They don't know SMD is a family. I'm LJ. SMD is the family. I'm LJ, and LJ is part of SMD. Yes, I'm the founder, but I'm still the part of SMD. I brought SMD up to the point to where I can't just do and say, listen, I can't do and say anything I want now on SMD. I can't just say, hey, yeah, don't pay off your student loan debt. It's okay to get a 40-year mortgage. If I started doing that, people are like, what? Something psychologically wrong with LJ. I can't talk like that. It is a superpower, okay? It's a super personal financial power, financial period, really. Because if you own yourself, that means you own the business of yourself. The business of you, business outside of you are going to reflect the business of you. So if you don't own yourself, that's how the business outside of you is going to reflect you. That's how you're going to communicate with those people, all the people that live in the psychological part of, well, the whole economy is psychological, but they can't see negative numbers in the psychological economy. That's what it is. All right. he said he should have wore it to church today. I'm going to wear it Wednesday for it. He said he should have wore that to church today. That is funny. That would have been hilarious. I ain't gonna lie. That would have been funny. That would have been funny. All right, let me get out of here. It's 2 hours, 1 hour and 50 minutes, really. So, all right. Until next time, everyone. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. All right. You guys have a good one. Later.